Hi, Jamie Davis here from the Nursing Show here at ANIA 2016 in San Francisco. I'm here with James, former president of the ANIA, and also just an attendee, as you said. Something tells me you're not just an attendee. But James, before we get started and talking about the conference, tell me a little bit about why you wanted to become a nurse.
Well, I honestly don't know why I became a nurse. I was going to college for something else completely, and one day I walked past the School of Nursing at San Francisco State University, and I just thought, this is what I want to do. And I thought it was not easy to get in, but once I was in, it took me a couple extra years to finish all the prerequisites. Finished with my bachelor's about 30 years ago, and it has just been an amazing career. So I've done more things besides bedside nursing than I ever thought I would do.
You know, that's been my experience as well, is that it really opened up doors to me I never even knew were available or open to anybody, especially a nurse. And now look what my profession has become. So I know exactly how you feel. With regards to the conference, you know, you've been around in this organization and know what's going on. But what's the hot button issue for you in 2016 with nursing informatics?
Great question. I think everyone is now sort of searching what is the next thing for informatics. I honestly think that most of our hospitals across the country are either finishing up their big implementations, and they're all now beginning to wonder, like, what's next. And the role that the nursing informaticist has is to tell the organizations, here's what's next. The hot button, I think, should be, what are we doing with all the data that we're getting about the patients? My passion is really to help the chief nurse in an organization know the power of the electronic health record and what it can do for them to drive nursing practice, improve patient care, drive down costs, and really sort of get the information out of the systems to help make the right decisions for the organization. That is the role of the nursing informaticist now in the 2010s and the 2020s going forward.
Yeah, and that's actually interesting. I talked to another nurse, one of the poster presenters, talking about how her organization is getting a handle on all of the big data and struggling with that. And you know, it's one thing to collect all this data, but what do you do with it? And how can you actually make it meaningful to impact patient care?
Right. Exactly. And I don't think the chief nurse in the organization even knows what question to ask. And so who's her first lieutenant to go and say, hey, help me? And it really should not be like the CIO. It should really be the nurse informaticist who understands it all and can put the pieces together.
I talked to yesterday's keynote speaker, Keith, I think his name is, and he was talking about the importance of the nurse, and especially the nurse informaticist, to make sure the stories of those nurses on the floor and involved in direct patient care are carried over and told to the people that need to make these types of decisions on what to do with the data, so that they can understand how that standard can be applied to better patient care.
Right. Exactly, and I think it really is someone who does understand the job of the nurse at the bedside doing the direct care to really put the pieces together of what am I doing for my patient, for my unit, and then for all my sort of patient population that I'm responsible for.
Last question, James. You know, as a past president, I know you're passionate about this organization, but what is it somebody may be watching these videos over the course of 2016, what should they be thinking about with regards to trying to get to New Orleans next year in 2017? What would you say to them is the really important takeaway they're missing by not being here?
Oh my gosh. What they're missing is the feeling that you're not alone in your hospital doing it all by yourself. We've got, I think there's about 450 plus or minus attendees this year. All of them are nurses, all of them are passionate about what they do, all of them are wondering what's next, how can I make a better contribution? And you just talk to your colleagues and they're struggling with the same thing you are, and they've got different answers, and they're at different points in their careers as well. So if you're thinking about coming to New Orleans, absolutely come. It's a beautiful city, top-notch speakers, and you'll meet 500 colleagues just like you who could be your new best friends.
You know, I've heard that, and I go to a lot of nursing conferences, and I often hear that while the sessions are great, the keynote speakers are great, it is the person you meet in line while waiting for coffee that makes sometimes the biggest impact on the future of your nursing career.
And I have been here now for 2 days. I signed up for all the sessions. I've been to one. And I've been talking to colleagues for the last day and a half, just catching up with folks and finding what's going on.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, James, thanks so much for coming on and joining me. Appreciate it. And I want to thank all of you for checking out this segment here from ANIA 2016 in San Francisco. Remember to check out all of our segments we've been recording here over the last 2 days over at ania.org as well as over at NursingShow.com.